Thank you for tuning into this edition of Community Insider. I'm here at Mactown Skate Shop. Stay tuned, we're going to be learning how a board is made and all the different types of brands. Thrasher Magazine, going to meet the kids of skate of McMinnville, Tennessee.
And if he was James's second great-grandfather. And I don't know if you know that, but I bet Sue did. Anyway, Elisha Pepper was born in 1777, and there's all kinds of history sources that list him as one of the very earliest settlers in Warren County. So anyway, James is the middle child of Hiram and Myrtle Bell Roach Fennell. And James was born in August of 1924. And y'all quick with your math about that. And he was born in the Centertown area of Warren County.
Welcome to another edition of Community Insider. Join us as we travel Middle Tennessee, uncovering history and experiencing the adventure of unique stories and events coming to you inside your community.
We just have a really special event today, and I want to tell you that we are going to award a certificate to the oldest applicant that we have had to apply and that has been approved for being a descendant of one of Warren County's pioneer ancestors. And he's sitting right over here on the front row. And when I tell you his age, you will think I made it up. But he is 98 years old, and he currently lives in Coffee County, but he drove himself up here today. So we got good genes going on here. But I want to, just for people that might be here that might not know, the Pioneer Ancestor Program recognizes descendants of people who lived in Warren County when Warren County was established. And you know, Warren County became a county in 1807 and up until 1820. So if you descend from someone who lived here during that time, you could possibly be approved as a pioneer ancestor also. And good sources of who those ancestors might be, or who those early settlers might be, are people that signed the petition to form Warren County. The Warren County census records for 1810 and 1820, and of course they only have the heads of households. The 1812 tax list, I'm not going to try to name all of them because they're innumerable. I mean, there can be deeds, there can be wills, there can be land grants, or whatever other documents might establish that your ancestor was here. And on our website this month, I have a newsletter posted. And on that newsletter, and you can view it, and I made a list if somebody wants to see it that might not get on, look at websites or whatever. We have more than 60 people who have been established already as pioneer ancestors. And the wonderful thing about that is, of course there's thousands of others because of all those people on all those lists I named. But if your ancestor is on this list, there's a file in our office, which is just right back in there, and you come in from a door the other way, but right in the same area, we have a file in there where people have sent information. And so you could use that file as a source of information to help you research your family. And our office is open on Mondays and Fridays from 9 to 3, and there are usually volunteers there who will help you research or offer suggestions or whatever. And of course, you know, older members of the family are a great source. So I want Mr. James Edward Fennell to join me up here. And James, he descends from Elisha Pepper II. And he was James's second great-grandfather. And I don't know if you know that, but I bet Sue did. Anyway, Elisha Pepper was born in 1777, and there's all kinds of history sources that list him as one of the very earliest settlers in Warren County. So anyway, James is the middle child of Hiram and Myrtle Bell Roach Fennell. And James was born in August of 1924. And y'all quick with your math about that. And he was born in the Centertown area of Warren County. And we took him, Earl and I spent time with him a few weeks ago and interviewed him about his life memories. And we'll put an article in our newsletter a little bit later about those. I'm not going to try to go into that today. But James could point out lots of things and where he was born, and all his siblings were born in the same house, is the way he remembers it, in Centertown. So they were all, and James is going to be the 9th member of his family to get a certificate. And you think, well, okay, so how did he come to do that? And I'm going to tell you about it. But first I want to tell you, just if there's anybody here that might remember some of these things, James began his first year of school at the Crossroads School. And any of you who might have been from the Centertown area might remember that school is no longer standing. But he shared with us that it was on the road between Centertown and Jacksboro. It's a one-room school, and it was a one-teacher school. And he remembers the teacher and all that. His father ran a store in Centertown for a brief period of time. And then the family moved to Coffee County in the 1930s. And James went to Crossroads, and then he went to Centertown to school. And he actually graduated from high school in Manchester, Coffee County school system. So, like I said, James is the 9th member of his family to receive a certificate as being a direct ancestor of Elisha Pepper. And he is getting certificate number 132 today. And I want to tell you how this story kind of began. Wendell Talley, who is right over there, and he is James's nephew. And he got the first certificate in this group. And his wife, who is sitting beside him, is the researcher. And her name is Sue. So if you need any research done, I bet that woman can find it. I don't know if she's for hire, but she's good. Anyway, so they wanted to share the family's heritage. And so with help from Sue and people providing what information they had to connect, just several of Wendell's cousins, who are James's nieces and nephews, have become pioneer descendants of a pioneer ancestor. And several of those people are here today. And there's one other little tidbit that's kind of a side note about James that I really feel is important to share today. When James's information was sent in, there was some documentation in there, and James served in World War II, and he was a POW in Germany. So James, we thank you for that service, and we also want to recognize and honor that today. And anyway, the family members that are here And we have some new applications today, so this group is growing for who is. But if you are James's family and you've already gotten a certificate, that's Donna and Cindy, if y'all could stand up. And, okay, and I'm sorry, I'm Ronald Rigsby, and you are Jermaine, and, oh, stand up. Sure. Right here, yeah. Well, we got yours today. So if you submitted an application today, stand up too. So you're, okay, great. So you can see that this is spreading through this family. And so we want to honor James with this certificate. James, there's one certificate that is signed by our Pioneer Family Committee, and the other one is signed by the county executive of Warren County and the county mayor of Warren County. So congratulations on the honor of being the oldest. Thank you. Okay, and anyway, so, I'm giving that to you. I'm not going to keep it, am I? Okay. So I want to say a special thank you to the Fennell/Talley family for coming today and for doing all this paperwork and submitting all these documents, and to Sue especially, who is the researcher, and if she worries you to death about information, that's okay.
Good day, welcome to Mactown Skate Shop. I'm Lawrence. I started skating myself back in the 80s when Mr. Joe Thompson encouraged me with kind words, and Thrasher Magazine, which we've been fans of ever since. We are official Thrasher Magazine shop, as well as we like to carry all the stuff that, all the books and magazines that help us keep stoked on skateboarding, like Mr. J. Grant Bryant's Britain's book, Push. We do Closer Magazine, which is a new release, which issue 2 will be here shortly, as well as Confusion Magazine, an international DIY skate magazine. And of course, plenty of other fun books and exciting things here. And all the wheels, trucks, bearings, boards, feature products. We got we feature I&I, which is a local zine from Joe Thompson. I call him the skate docent. He's spreads the good word of skateboarding everywhere he goes. He's probably recruited more people to the joy of skateboarding than almost any other man alive.
And today I'm re-gripping the board for Javier, and we're doing Friday 13th, which is a Halloween grip we got made. Pretty custom, and it's definitely, he's going to only do the town that I know of, he's got it. So we do all kinds of things here. Lawrence is putting together a whole new board we set up for Toxic. So we sold Javier this board, probably last fall, I think. So some of the guys skate hard, and sometimes they want new grips, so we hook them up. Keep the board fresh, keeps them entertained, keeps them motivated skating. So that's kind of what we do. Go put the trucks back on. Here at Mactown, we hooked the youngsters and everybody up with some boards. So we put some new grip tape on this one today for Javier. Here you go. So he's been looking forward to that. We hooked up Briley. He bought the heroin board here. You can see he's got some nice rails on it. He's got, what kind of wheels? You got the Santa Cruz wheels on it. And Briley is our local shred legend. Better than Tony Hawk. Better than Tony Hawk, he says. Javier, how long have you been skating?
2 years now.
2 years for Javi. There's Jake. What about you, man? How long have you been in?
Probably about 2 years also.
2 years. And Steven?
About a year, because I skated at my old house.
So Steven, this is his first time here, which is great. It's great to have new faces around. So how'd you meet these guys anyway? Through school? All right. So through school. So, I mean, that's a great thing. We get a lot of you know, people from school, from Warren County High School. We get people who come from Manchester, Woodbury, Smithville. We're the only local skate shop besides Cookeville. You know, they have Cookeville Warehouse. We're locally owned and operated. And that's a big thing. I mean, these guys, they could go online, of course. They can go to Zoomies if they want to. But they choose to come here. And they're supporting the local scene. They're supporting us. And in turn, we try to, you know, help them. You know, we have contests. We try to give back to the community. You know, we do art contests online. We haven't done a real skate competition. We did a fundraiser over at the Civic Center here recently.
So we've selected a board, grip tape, and now we are matching up a set of trucks that look good and ride well as well. These are an Independent Hollows, a premium truck we're going to put on this board just because it's such a nice one. Toxic is a American brand, all hand printed like they used to do way back in the day. And we're very happy to be a Toxic shop, as well as the Deluxe family with Thunder trucks, Spitfire wheels. Very old school company. They've been around about as long as skateboarding's been out here. And this one we're just doing a little grip, making a shop board to because we like this Icarus shape so much. We got some of our other feature brands, of course, our Heroin boards. Black label, like always, but... And then Crooked's. Ray Barbie is one of my favorite skaters, but the Crooked is another one of our featured brands, as well as Thunder Trucks. State Footwear. Would you mind handing me a shoe? Just any shoe. And of course, State Footwear. Very quality, it's a real great quality shoe at a really good price. A lot of people haven't heard of them, but you will more and more because it's just fantastic. And also Schlouty, one of our other feature brands, Schlouty, which the Purple Tentacles has been a really popular one. I got my first skateboard from a neighbor who was, I guess had realized that I was enjoying it more than they were, and I was happy to sell it to me for $10. And I had so much fun on it. It was just the best thing ever. And then found out that skateboarding was actually a real thing, and that people all over the world were enjoying it. And it's obvious why. It's kept many of us entertained from childhood all the way to being adult. It's I think it was a good center of my own self-confidence growing up, and it was something that I connected with. Enjoyed it every time I've revisited it, and the last time we decided it was important to become part of a skate shop. That is something we really do believe in, that you know, to have, you know, we need a local place that we can get together and that we can talk, we can discuss our ideas and build things together, that and try things out. We keep multiple of different brands, boards, trucks, wheels, bearings, all set up in the shop. You can take them outside, you can ride them around and see what you think about that particular wheel or those bearings, and make your own decision with it.
That's the thing too, like, you know, when new people come in, try to tell them, you know, because a lot of times first-time skaters and parents come in and they're kind of, I would say, put off sometimes because of, you know, price stuff. They buy their boards at Walmart and such. And I don't say nothing's wrong with that. A board is a board, and it's a way to get started. But, you know, our boards, you know, considered pro boards, and they're quality and they're going to last, you know, so you're not going to have to be coming in here every couple of months, you know, as long as you're taking care of them decently. And we maintenance them too. We come in, lock the bearings up, new grip tape, whatever we can to keep you rolling smooth. You know, that's the main thing. And then most parents understand that, and they feel good about it, you know, because we're, you know, customer service. We try to keep people happy and give them our numbers and contact. And plus, we got the actual website going too now, so made our first sale on that too.
You can see what we have. Not everything in our shop is on the website, but mostly what we carry in the shop is on the website. You can order and we'll ship it to you anywhere.
Yeah, skatemac.com. So
skatemac.com.
Yeah, when I first started skating, my grandmother got me my first board. I don't know if you've ever seen these. It was like made out of plastic flat board, about yay big, almost like a what do you call it? What's it, little penny board? Kind of like a little penny board, yeah, you know. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever, just like standing on it, rolling down the sidewalk, you know what I'm saying? Like had those big old wheels, same as that penny board. And I just thought that's great, man. I wonder if we get that first time skating.
That's another thing that's so awesome about skateboarding. Like in this time, that when we started at different times that we started you didn't get a selection. Of course, there was a lot of different graphics and companies out there, but you're limited to the size and the shape and the wheels that were in trend at the moment. And now we've gotten past all of that, where there is literally something for everybody. You can ride the popsicle shapes, you can ride the symmetrical boards, you can go back to the old school shapes. The old school shapes with new modern concave in them. So the variety is endless. It literally endless.
And then you got new technology, carbon fibers.
Carbon fibers.
Yeah,
rubber grip tape.
Yeah, it's amazing. That's kind of what really kind of, in a sense, got me back into it. When I come down, it was last October for my son's birthday, and that's when I first met Lawrence. I've known Joe for quite some time. And, you know, these guys had all this stuff, and it blew my mind. I was like, oh, this is so cool. And I became the shop rat, and then Lawrence took a video on me and brought me in. And here I am now.
Yeah.
Now we're kind of, you know, having fun and keep moving.
And that's what it is about. It's absolutely about fun. That it's something that we love. We enjoy it. We know that, and when I first started, when I got back in and got serious about skateboarding again, I went to a little skate park in Manchester, and the baseball games had just gotten out, and the little kids that had came over from the baseball field, where one of their friends had a skateboard, and then there was about 10 kids wrestling over the chance just to have the chance to fall off of the skateboard, which I thought was just beautiful. And it just, that's how fun it is. Kids will wrestle over the chance just to fall off of one. So you got to get them out there so that they can all have their own and they don't need to wrestle over them.
Yeah, they can have fun too. I mean, it is a confidence builder too. I mean, I've seen that, you know, some of you guys skating when you first started, like Riley. Yeah, patience. Like, and I think that's been a lot for you guys. You know, and you know, when we moved over here from the basement, or the old basement area, underneath the plaza, and then we got here, you know, Riley helped, Jake, who else helped? Hobby did, Kane. I mean, all these guys that come, they're pretty much here today. They helped us move all this stuff, you know, so, you know, we appreciate that. I think that kind of gave them something to do for a little while, kept them out of trouble, and they get to skate and try all these stuff, you know, we get it in, we, you know, show it to them and let them try it out.
Sometimes we go on little trips.
Yeah, and we take, you know, we go to Cookville skate in Nashville, you know, and, you know, there's been other people that, you know, I've only met one time here, and then we've met up like the following weekend and go somewhere and skate together. You know, it's how, you know, we meet new people and sometimes form some new friendships out of it, and that's pretty cool. I mean, I think it's pretty neat. I mean, I'm hitting 40, yeah, so and it's cool to be able to skate, and I can't do everything, but I have a good time trying it at least.
Yeah, it's still good for, and I think it's, to me, it's kind of, I feel like I get a little stretched out every time. By the time the weekend hits, I'm feeling tense, and I get on the skateboard for a little bit and stretch my legs out and my tendons, and my attitude refreshes, and all of that. Like Luke was talking about earlier, of course we're trying to do some fun stuff and keep people encouraged. Like currently we're doing our second t-shirt design contest. The first place winner is $150 shop credit. Second place is a pair of State footwear shoes, and the third place will be a copy of hand style lettering, which is anyway one of the fun books that we carry with lots of tutorials, as well as examples and different featured artists that of calligraphy designs. We have a very wide selection of wheels. Spitfire right now is one of the most popular on the market for very good reason. Never leave anybody disappointed with them. As well as the new Dragon formulas from Pal Peralta. Truly, you have to ride it to believe it. How you just really have to feel them to believe them. How you can, a soft wheel that rides like a hard wheel, behaves like a hard wheel, but feels like a soft wheel. We got the old school G-Bones, which is, you know, for some of you, you'll really appreciate it, as well as the newer Park formulas and such. From all the way back in the 80s as well. Of course, we go to the Toxic wheels, which I have been very proud to feature. Good American-made wheel company, as well as a newer one on the scene, but another American-made Snot wheels, which has been a shop favorite. They look great, they feel great. Just can't say too much that's good about, or can't say enough good things about Snot. Great company, and Foss has made some really good choices on the design, colors, and the formulas and everything. Thank you for stopping by Mactown Skate Shop.
We're located at 516 Sunnyside Heights, McMinnville, Tennessee.
You can find us at www.skatemac.com or on Instagram.
And we're also open Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Saturday from 2 to 8 o'clock. Wednesday and Friday, 4 to 8:30 p.m.
And call us for any other time in between.